recently got into a discussion on in a group that I'm in on Telegram about taxes. This is a very contentious topic. A lot of topics are contentious nowadays. It's almost like you can't really talk about anything without it being contentious. But in this discussion about taxes, something came up that I agree with wholeheartedly. And that thing I agree with is taxation is theft. Now, does that mean I am against taxes? I am not against taxes. I am not against taxes at all. The way taxes are collected, it is theft. Collectively, as a country, I wish that we would all come together, all of us, and bring this grievance before the Supreme Court, because it is theft. I'm going to explain to you why I believe it's theft. How many of you, show of hands, figuratively, digitally, have a government employee, somebody sent to you from King U.S. government, that sits next to you at your job, wherever your job is at, every day, and helps you in a day-to-day basis at your job to complete a task, right? If you're a carpenter, is there somebody from the U.S. government with you on a day-to-day basis helping you? Are they bringing you supplies? Are they making sure you have everything you need? Getting little odds and ends? For the engineer, is somebody from the U.S. government sitting down next to you, and as you're writing out this tech data, or you're designing this circuit, are they helping you figure out different things that you need? No. If not, then why is money coming directly off the top of your check every time you get paid and go into the U.S. government? Now, again, let me add this caveat. Some people might say, oh, you're an anarchist. Well, we use that. It pays for roads. It pays for the military. It pays for this. It pays for that. Let me stop you. I'm going to reiterate what I said in the beginning. I am not against paying taxes at all. But the way taxes are collected is theft. And the reason being is, against your will, money is being taken out of your check. Now, if I was to come to, if you had $10 in your hand right now, let's say you had $10 in ones, and let's say you're walking down the street, or let's say you get out your car, somebody runs up to you, takes $4 out of your hand, and runs off. Is that theft? Last time I checked, it's theft. Okay. So, let's say if you had that same money go into an account digitally. Let's say you have your own business. Let's say you make cakes, right? Let's say you made a cake for whoever, a wedding or whatever. Let's say you charge, $1,500 for the cake that you make. They Cash App you the payment. Before it gets to your Cash App, a hacker intercepts that, doesn't take the whole thing, pulls like $200 or $300 off of that before you get it. Is that theft? Why is it theft? It's against your will, right? Okay. Well, what if he was using that for a good cause? It's still theft, right? Even if it's for a good cause, because it's against your will. But yet, before each of us get paid, however you get paid, whether it's monthly, weekly, bi-weekly, however you get paid, before that check hits your account, money is pulled off the top of that by the U.S. government. Let me reiterate one more time, because people are going to say this, because some people don't listen. I am not against taxes, but the way taxes are collected right now, it is theft. How many of you voted on how much comes out of your check. I didn't. I contend that this is taxation without representation. Now, some people say no because we have senators and we have congressmen and they represent us. Let me stop you there. Our system of government is a good system. It's not a perfect system, but I've always contended, especially with issues like this, 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, one person can't represent millions of people. Now, it would be different if any one of these politicians said, before I vote on whatever tax bill, I'm going to go to my constituents and I'm either going to take a poll, I'm going to put it out on social media, however I do it, but I want their input. And whatever they say they want, that's the direction I'm going, because I'm supposed to represent them. Anybody have that happen? Okay, if you haven't, then what we have currently is not only theft, it is taxation without representation. Come on, people, what are we doing? Now, because if you've been listening, you'll know, because I'm not an anarchist and I'm all about doing things the right way, I believe all of us Americans need to get together collectively, all of us taxpaying Americans, and we need to take this before the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court might be able to deny one person, 2 people. They may be able to deny a case here and there. They can't deny the whole country, G. That's not going to work. That's not going to work at all. They're going to have to hear that. Some people, they might say, well, how would we be taxed then? Another topic for another day. But what I wanted you to think about in this discussion is taxation theft? My answer is, in its current form, it absolutely is. Stay frosty, people.